Hey there everyone, this is Sud, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a commentary on the post-Valve patch. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just going to call it the Big Valve patch post-update for the Spy. Normally I don't usually do commentaries for this particular series, but I thought it would be nice. A lot of people have been saying that they like it when I do a commentary with the video that I'm doing, so I just thought I might do that. Anyhow, I just wanted to discuss, there's two major changes to Spy, and that would be the Dead Ringer nerf and the L'étranger buff. And I have to say, it's actually quite interesting, and the action just sort of comes out here. I'll just sort of explain it a little bit. The L'étranger gained 40% more maximum Uber charge, which is kinda huge. And here I'm actually going to die. I got stuck on the sentry gun. Unfortunate for me, but 40% more cloak is actually a huge buff to that particular gun. And you'll find that the Dead Ringer, which got nerfed so that taking damage reduces the cloak on it, actually, it sort of actually salvages it. It's not that big an issue. In fact, I actually feel like the L'étranger buff sort of shadows the Dead Ringer nerf. And let's just sort of demonstrate what's going on here. There's quite a bit of things to explain. So I'm just going to stab that Spy and then stab this. I know an engineer's going to be coming, so I'll just gun him down. The L'étranger, even though it's not the best gun for fighting, is still quite adequate for taking out 125 hit point classes. You don't get those headshots of the Ambassador or the just raw brute power of the Enforcer. But as you can see there, it's quite capable of using it to defend yourself. And what you're going to find here, and I'm using Dead Ringer in this particular playthrough, but the L'étranger buffs every single Spy watch. So literally you'll find that your Dead Ringers last way longer. The Cloak and Dagger actually feels like the standard Invis watch pre-buff, and the actual Invis watch, it's like you can cloak for almost an eternity. So there's some huge stuff as far as that goes. I tried for a stair stab, I missed it on the sniper there. I have two snipers after me, I'm Girardi'd. And this is just a little bit of a testament that you could still fight with this gun. That guy gets random crit, and this guy just gets gunned down. So a little bit of a taunt to celebrate the two melee swinging snipers. But I actually feel that Spy is a much more powerful class after this update. And I'm going to show you why. There's one thing I really want to explain, actually, with the Dead Ringer is that you will find that you want to use the Spy Sickle with it. Because if a Pyro nails you, or, you know, if you get covered in Girardi or Mad Milk, and people could see you and shoot you, your Dead Ringer is not going to last at all. You're pretty much dead. Like, death is going to be instant if the enemies can pin you down. However, as far as doing what Dead Ringer normally does, it's pretty much the same. You don't lose you're not really losing out on there. As you can see, that crit heavy shoots me there, and I can still get away from it, no big problem. But here's the clincher. The extended cloak that you get on the Dead Ringer essentially allows you to have... It's almost not like Dead Ringer, it's like a hybrid Invis Watch Dead Ringer. So you get about 4 seconds of that super shield that we've all sort of come to know about the Dead Ringer. And then it turns into a normal cloak, you know, where if you bump into people, you show up, you don't got that damage reduction, etc., etc. And I got taken out there, a bit of a focus fire. But the thing that's very important to think about here, when you normally decloak from the Dead Ringer, you'll notice that it takes away a whole bunch of your cloak, usually 50% of your cloak bar. But the thing is if you can extend the Dead Ringer through ammo or just, you know, metal laying on the ground, when you decloak with the Dead Ringer, you actually lose no cloak. So if your Dead Ringer is down to the functionality of a normal Invis watch, I'll just try and point it out here as we go. But if it's down to a normal Invis watch, you won't lose any cloak. So say you're going into Dead Ringer and you're standing on an engineer or dispenser leeching from it. When you decloak with the Dead Ringer, you'll practically have full cloak and can deploy another Dead Ringer. I might be able to demonstrate that there with this. There's an Engie there. Engie's a little bit too aware, so I'm just going to run around here. And I think, yeah. So I only lost like a tiny little bit of cloak there. And shooting that guy regened it. So there's definitely, I don't know if it's a 100% no loss or what, but definitely much less cloak loss when you decloak. So I'm just going to try this again. This might be, yeah. So you see right there was no loss whatsoever. So, because I was sitting on it for all that time. And I have that dead ringer already back. So, just amazing for screwing around with NGs here. And amazing for when you've got ammo and stuff like that. So I sapped that guy. I'm going to go for this guy. I get the stab on him. And I sort of screw up here. Somehow the sapped sentry does manage to get a rocket off. I had thought that I was going to disguise a little bit faster there and that it wasn't actually facing me, but for some reason it was. But I did get the sentry gun there. My team's not really moving up, unfortunately. Typical sort of pub experience, nobody really moving up. But it gets a little bit more frenetic here. There's that heavy with this crit screen again. And you can just do so much with that extra cloak. Like if you've got guys chasing after you, you could get so far away. So that's the heavy medic down. Now we'll just sort of watch as I move around here. There's, you know, I could just recharge the cloak like that, and just try to get past all these people here. They sort of know that there's a spy, but they thought it was someone else. So I'll just go in there, stab that guy. And now, you know, there's a scout running around trying to spy check. See how long my cloak is lasting here? I can just extend this, and there's that no cloak drop again. So if you extend your cloak at all, you don't lose any cloak. And the thing with the L'Étranger is, not only is it that 40%, but it also restores cloak on shot. So you could say dead ringer decloak behind someone, shoot them once to gauge their reaction, to see if they're going to go after you. And if they do, you can just dead ringer again. And it's so believable because most people don't know about this mechanic right now. They don't know how sort of more annoying dead ringer got with this update. It's actually, overall, the dead ringer is far more powerful than it was pre-patch. So, you know, a lot of you people sort of not so happy about that change. If you're using L'Étranger, and L'Étranger, I have to say, so powerful right now that it's almost not worth considering any other spy revolver at the moment. That 40% more cloak just enables you to do so much as a class, as a spy. You know, I was a real big fan of the Ambassador and, you know, how it was able to extend your range and give you picks at, you know, sort of ranges where, and, you know, fight back against enemies at ranges where it was normally not effective to be fighting as a spy. But with this, you get a lot more margin for error, you can move a lot further, you can misdirect people, and you have to actually, with the new Dead Ringer, you have to misdirect people, you can't just sort of charge through. But sort of watch this here, I'm just going to come up behind, use this guy's dispenser a little bit here, and you'll notice, you know, for Dead Ringer, this is a lot of cloak time. And, you know, I'm just going to sit here, I'm just going to see, you know, what he does. There's no box there, so I'm just going to actually go up here. The engineer does notice me. I'm just going to top off my cloak here and screw around with them a little bit. And as you can see, like, the L'Étranger is not the you know, strongest knife gun for fighting, but it's still, you can still defend yourself with it. And you'll find that the breakpoint is still 3 shots on a sniper, so just like the stock revolver, if you're going after 125 hit point classes, you can kill them in 3 shots. So here comes, you know, someone right now, and there's the 3 shots. The stock revolver would have taken just as many shots to kill him, so there's, you know, almost no reason to use stock revolver over this just for that breakpoint. And so, you know, you'll find that I'm very hard to kill. I can roam the map. I don't feel pressured by anything. I have Spysicle. I do really recommend having Spysicle in case that the pyros start spy checking. Because if you don't have the Spysicle and you get lit on fire, it's game over. You have no chance. And the Dead Ringer will not save you. Normally, with the Dead Ringer, the way it was before, you got lit on fire, you turn around, you go run behind your teammates, and you're usually okay. With this, you know, you die. You get caught, you die. So, oh man. So you also die if you get caught between the crossfire of 2 sentry guns. So, not a great place to be, but I thought I'd just go for the heavy pick anyhow. I was thinking I could get off the Dead Ringer, but I didn't notice that there was a 2nd sentry gun on the left side of me as well as the right. So now I've got to deal with the sentry guns there. I do have good good tools for pissing off engineers. The Dead Ringer is going to allow me to just sort of hang around there. I've changed to the red tape recorder because the engineers are they're friends. They've got, you know, names that imply that they're friends with each other, so they're watching each other's stuff. If one goes down, the other repairs for the other guy. And here's that dispenser. I can just instantly get my thing there, get him with a stab. But here's the problem. I'm just going to see if that other engineer comes along. He does come along. And unfortunately, there was a one whack on that sapper, and now there's a whole shitload of people, and I actually get killed there by a shotgun. So I was trying to bring up my dead ringer. It didn't come up in time. And, you know, I really wish my teammates would move in and just form a front line here. They're not doing this. They're just sort of sitting there behind that dispenser, not really taking an active role in the game. Just sort of sitting here. You know, the heavy's trying to push in, but he'll get pushed out because he doesn't have people going in with him. Here's a demo who's trying to help out with that. So I sapped that. I know that the engineer's going to come running after me. So I'm just going to try and think my way through this. Since the engineer is on the other side there, I'm going to take some shots at that, but unfortunately there's a second engineer there, and now there's people after me. So I'm going to jump down this way. And these engineers are still after me. I still could utilize their dispenser, though. I noticed that they're moving along. Basically, when one thinks it's in trouble, the other engineer comes to help. So I'm just trying to, you know, keep the pressure on. He comes after me. I basically ran out of shots there. Didn't think I was going to get the last hit. The other engineer is trying to wrangle me, and so you can just go into here. And so just taking a look there, the demo man upstairs is actually doing pretty good at being annoying, and that's perfect right there because he gets the engineer who refuses to move. The other engineer, who's the friend, comes to help. I can't get the kill on him. There's just too much attention on me, but I do delay the engineer helping his friend, and there's the backstab. So now I can get that. And just to make sure that his friend doesn't come and help out again, they'll just damage that gun. And so there's a heavy. I'm actually just going to stab him because he's got a medic, and the L'Étranger is not going to out-DPS that. And jumping down, see that there's that engineer again. They don't really change their tactics all that much, so I just want to keep on those guys because they're mainly what's keeping me out of their base. There are a whole bunch of people there, though. I have to be really careful. That's one of the things with the Dead Ringer. Quite often you activate it, and nothing happens, or you die before you can. So, just trying to distract, keep people off of my teammates there. Be annoying. That's what the Dead Ringer allows you to do. It allows you to be extremely annoying. And with the red tape recorder, I don't necessarily have to destroy the sentries. I just have to keep them at level 1 where they're not effective. And so I'm trying to bait one of these guys to come in and attack me. And there you go. There's the L'Étranger. It fights quite well. And get a backstab on a heavy while I'm at it. Keep throwing sappers on that thing. I want to try and bait that other Engie into coming up in there with me where he doesn't have teammates to help him out. And unfortunately, I tried to get my Dead Ringer up there and it didn't go up in time. So still waiting for teammates to get in there. I think I start shouting at them. I wage an eternal war with pubs to like get basic team play and stuff going in. Yeah, like, please team, move in. Sometime this year, it's getting really boring in there. But I do notice that the cart is at a fairly forward position. And this is one thing I do a lot with Dead Ringer is I do force caps. So as you can see, right back up to there. And now there's a heavy on me. So you'll notice that the Dead Ringer did provide me enough protection that I could get out there. I'm just using all these bits of metal and stuff here. And and this is really cheeky, but it pulls it off. So, Dead Ringer, you know, 31 kills there, so I did fairly well as a spy there. As you can see, the Dead Ringer, nerf or not, it's still really good. Mainly because of L'Étranger. And you'll find also, Inviswatch is amazing. And Cloak and Dagger is amazing. I played a little bit of Cloak and Dagger earlier, and it was just so awesome. You could run around and replenish your cloak with the L'Étranger shots, as well as just be invisible almost all the time, and you can move so much further with that 40% cloak. Anyways, I guess overall the spy has really been empowered with this patch. I'm much enjoying it, and it's nice to be using something other than Ambassador. But I wouldn't get too comfortable with it because I expect a huge nerf. That's a major, major buff to the spy class, and I'm not sure if Valve really knew what they were doing. A lot of the changes they made in this patch are a bit short-sighted, and I don't really agree with a lot of them. Like Quick Fix, for example, right now is godly for pub healing and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm rambling. That's the end of the replay, as you can see. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you on another time. Have a good one. This is Sud out.